Hey guys, so in this video I'm going to talk about applying to colleges if you're a transfer freshman. Um, so I'm going to get right into it. First things you should do is research colleges, what they offer, and how good the school is. You you always want to check and see if they offer your major, because you do not want to apply to a school and get there and it's like, oh, they don't even have my major, or that the school isn't really that great when it comes to your major. You always want to make sure and research that beforehand, because you don't want to get stuck, go to that school, and have to transfer like later. Another idea, I really stress this a lot, is to actually visit the campus, because you may like it in pictures, but when you go there, it's totally different, because they do edit the photographs. They only take pictures at certain times of day or of certain buildings or certain landmarks. So if you actually visit, you can actually see the campus and see if you really like it, because a lot of people really are disappointed when they see the pictures and then they go there and it's totally different, and sometimes it makes or breaks whether you want to go there or not. Um, Ask people whether they like the school, what they like, what they don't like, because that usually helps you make a decision. It shouldn't be the only way to make a decision. You should actually use your own thoughts and everything like that to make sure you make the right choice. But asking people and asking what they're in, what they do, what they like about the school, what they don't, how many things they offer. It really helps you get an idea of everyday life on campus. Um, so visit the school, definitely visit. Check out the website, make sure they offer your major. Make sure that the school that you want to go to has a really good, make sure the university has a good school for your major. And ask people. It really helps. It just really helps if you visit. Even though you might have a busy schedule, you might not be able to take a day out. Even if you go like on a weekend or something and the campus isn't really that lively, you still can look around and see, oh, this looks totally different in pictures. And websites are really biased. They just put quotes on their website that maybe one person thinks, or they don't put any quotes about people, what they don't like about the university. So definitely check that out, because you don't want to transfer because you have the wrong idea about a school. Transcripts. That's something that needs to be sent with applications. Work very hard before you go to college or transfer, because that semester before you go off is really important. It can make a break. Like, you may be accepted, but at any point during that last semester they can say, well, you're not keeping your grades up because you thought you got in, so we can't offer you acceptance anymore. So definitely work hard. Do not slack off. You have to work hard, because although you get into a school, they have every right to say, no, we don't want you because of that final transcript. And for applications, usually they say on the website whether it has to be online or sent in by mail, but usually most universities, if not all, have the option to put it online. Online is a lot easier for them and a lot easier for you, because not only can you like change it, delete if you need to change something, but you don't have to wait weeks or days to get it sent through the mail, and there's a chance during the mail it could get lost. So if you do it online, it's a lot easier. It takes maybe 1 or 2 business days to actually get the application there. And for some websites, you can actually copy the application from one university to another, like Apply Texas, which is for public Texas schools. You can copy, like, say you do an application for Baylor and you want to apply to UT as well, University of Texas. Well, you can actually copy the application from Baylor to UT and accept the essays, because the prompts may be different. So Applied Texas does not copy essays, but it does copy like background information, like name, where you went to high school, phone numbers. It does all of that for you, but not essays. Essays you have to do on your own because prompts may be different. For essays, usually essays are about what you personally think, what could help your chances of getting in. Like, what do you want us to know about yourself? Tell us about how something impacted your life. issues, talk about an issue that's important to you. It really helps them see how like your life is, and brings in any other aspects that you can't show with your just your grades. You can talk about maybe how someone's death impacted your life, or how an issue would be how there's, I don't know, not enough classes for someone who's interested in art at your high school, and stuff like that. The essays are the main aspect of an application because it really gives that personal feeling to the application, because usually what they look at, they're just looking at the same thing, like, okay, your grades, and this is why you should be here, blah, blah, blah. But the essays are the one chance where everything's different for each person, and it really gives this personal aspect to it. You can also send in letters of recommendation. Some colleges or universities are like, well, we don't really care if you send one in or not, but it can help your chances if you get someone that knows you and like can really talk about the positives, to be like, oh, this person, it works really hard and does this, does this. It can really help, especially if you don't have the highest grades. It can really help really narrow the chances against you and someone else who want to go there. They could be, you and someone else could have like the exact same GPA, same activities or something, and if you have letters of recommendation, it can really lift you up a bit because it's talking about how hard you work or something. I know it helps a lot, and it really helps if you want to get scholarships from that school, because because it really gives you like that personal thing, and it shows how you work hard and how you're devoted. So it really helps with scholarships, and if you're against someone else, letters of recommendation really do lift you up. Do not ask from like someone you don't really know, or really ask someone to be honest, someone that you actually show that you worked hard in their class or something. Because if you just ask someone, they might not be giving you the total package you were looking for. For some universities, you do have, for transfer students, you have to do an academic resume, I think, where you just, like for UT, if you want to transfer, they want you to chronicle the last 5 years where you were in high school or college, and show what you've been working on. So resumes, this is your chance to really brag about everything you did, like, oh, I did this, this, and this, I was on a roll for this, and that's really the best time to brag, because you really get to show everything. And some of them, like, they say don't just limit it to one page, we want to hear everything, so that really gives you a big chance to like list everything and talk about it. Well, you don't really talk about it, it's a resume, but it gives you a chance to state everything on there. So don't skip on the resume, because that gives you a chance to really show how hard you've worked in the past 5 years or however many years before. Resumes are a big part, I would say, kind of. So, yeah. I don't really know much about community colleges, but for applying there, I think all you have to do is really apply, send your transcript, and you're in, but I'm not sure. Definitely go and check out the community colleges websites, or go visit them in person and ask people like, okay, what do I have to do to get in? Community colleges are really a good way to save money and to get all your basics in before going to a university and transferring there, because it really gives you a chance like to get everything in like smaller campus, so you won't really get confused. It's more like one-on-one based than with universities where you can have 300 people in a class. So yeah, do that. Also, I wouldn't just strictly apply to places maybe only in your area, or only private schools, only public schools, but apply, have more of an open mind when applying to schools, because maybe a school that maybe you didn't really think about could be the one for you. That's why you visit and you look online, you ask people, because a school you may not have thought about in the past may really stand out to you and be like, oh hey, has a good engineering school. Maybe I should look at it, and you might actually see that, oh, maybe a small school really was better for me, or a large school. Um, it really depends, like, how you really have to keep an open mind when applying to colleges. It is expensive to apply. It's like $60-$50 to apply to a university. So it is expensive, but if you have more of a open mind and apply to as many colleges as you can, it really, if you get denied for a couple, it really, you have backup plans. Don't just apply to like 2 schools like I did. Even though you do have like top grades or something, there's still a chance you won't get in, and then you won't have a chance to go anywhere else except that one backup school. So do apply to at least like 4 or 5 schools, because that gives you more choices, because you don't want to get stuck. But you might get a scholarship at a certain place, so it gives you more of a choice, and it gives you a chance to see new places, meet new people. So keep an open mind. That's just one of the tips for me. And I can't think of anything else to say. If you guys have any questions about applying to schools or transferring or something, please leave everything below in the comments, and I will answer to the best of my ability and as soon as I can. So I'll see you guys later. I hope I helped. Bye.